What's up, everybody? I'm Neesin from THS Wrestling, and no, this is not a video for me to gloat about making it to Mandy Rose's Instagram story this weekend. Oh, yes, it's true. It's damn true. No, this is your Raw recap for 10/11. If you haven't, you may be new to the channel. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and cut that bell notification on so you get notified every time we drop videos like this, like on Mondays or Tuesdays or Wednesdays, or whenever you're seeing this. All right, let's get into it. So, Monday night meaty men slapping meat. Yes, it's gonna stick. Shout out Flobo. Look, guys, this Raw felt like we were just waiting to get the crown jewel. It was really weird. I know we had some incredible matches with Xavier Woods and Ricochet, but it still felt a little odd from little production cues, but mainly, like, we had two Queen of the Ring matches. I'm sorry, Queen of the Crown matches, and they both added up to about 8 minutes. I don't understand. Together, combining, both added up to 8 minutes. We have some of the most talented women wrestlers in the world, not only on Monday Night Raw, but on SmackDown, NXT. List goes on, and on. The one thing that WWE could tout, well, used to be able to tout, is how they treat their women. And right now, it just seems like they're treating them like cheap. They're cheap. You're not going to cancel me. They're treating them cheap. 8 minutes total for both matches is ridiculous, okay? But we got enough of the negativity out the way. Let's go into some positive moments. Guys, we are this much closer to getting All Hail King Woods. Yes, Xavier Woods came up with a victory over Ricochet. Now, when this match kicked off, the one thing that I said, and I tweeted, read my tweet, Ricochet being a heel seems kind of fire. And with him going to SmackDown, I think this is the perfect opportunity to not only get a fresh restart on the superhero-esque gimmick, but turn him heel, and he's a perfect opponent for Shinsuke Nakamura. Give me Shinsuke versus Ricochet for 30 minutes, but also give me Ricochet versus Isaiah Swerve Scott. My God, if you didn't know, now you know. But like I said, this show was just to get to Crown Jewel. So in the beginning, we had Drew McIntyre come out. By the way, Drew McIntyre's custom leather jacket, pretty fancy snazzy, yeah, with the blue interior and the black little one. I see you, Drew. I see it. The last person that had their own custom leather jacket, he went to NXT and lost his smile. And then he came back and got his smile. And then he turned into a demon to only get defeated by a broken ring post. And then he did the Peter Griffin. Yeah, you know who that is. I don't gotta say it. Don't gotta say it. He's on Raw now. Okay, I say it. The Prince Finn Balor. That's who did it, guys. If you're wondering. But Drew came out saying that he was gonna beat Big E for the title. Big E came out and said, "Oh no, I got some juice dripping down my nipples." Yeah, he actually said betwixt the nipples. This was all in the first 15 minutes of Raw. We got nipples, we got the Usos. I'm thinking this Raw is gonna be fire throughout, guys. Come on. Anytime you get nipple talk, big meaty men and the Usos doing super kicks, incredible, right? But the Usos come out and say, hey, our bloodline, our tribal chief, our head of the table says we here to finish the job. And so we get a tag team match set up for what I thought was the semi-main event, was going to be the semi-main event, but turned out to be the main event, the Usos versus Big E and Drew McIntyre. Hey, anytime the Usos in any part of the New Day are together in a ring, you know it is going to be magic. Something I did feel good about Raw was the promos that each of the 4 women cut throughout Raw. Each of them killed. We had Charlotte Flair, we had Bianca Belair, we had Sasha Banks, we had Becky Lynch. And when that title card came up with all 4 of them, and they were talking about how incredibly talented these women are. This is what we're talking about. You have some of the most talented, amazing women wrestlers from around the world. And these are the top tier, the highest of high tier WrestleMania main eventers in one match. It went exactly how you think a WWE Odd Bedfellows tag team match would go. Chaos. And as Jimmy would say, a melee. Yes, it's melee, and I don't think they're actually interchangeable. Melee? What's melee? Also, there was a bunch of commercial breaks during this whole Raw, which was odd. And then next thing you know, Chucky calls out and says, "God damn, it's a lot of commercial breaks." Yes, Chucky, the devil-possessed doll, called out that there was a lot of commercial breaks, all what we were thinking as fans. So I guess I have to watch Chucky tomorrow on USA Sci-Fi because Chucky is all just the inner us. He also said he wants to share a ring with Alexa Bliss and Lily. That's one dollhouse of a threesome, you could say. Am I right? Nobody's here to laugh. Okay, moving on. Shayna Baszler picks up the win over Dana Brooke. Duh. Doudrop picks up the win over Natalya. Duh. So that means the second round we get Doudrop versus Shayna Baszler. Now on Twitter and Instagram. Twitter, you can find me at YRF Squad. Instagram, you can find me at Stay Fly Life. I said this is Shayna Baszler's tournament to win. I mean, yes, they have no African American females in it, but they have been setting up Shayna Baszler as a bone collector, as the submission specialist, as the ace of spades, as the four horsewoman of WWE MMA, whatever you want to call it, the queen of spades. Now, the great thing about this is they actually intertwine a storyline into this side of the tournament. We had the setup last week when Doudrop came out to help Dana Brooke and Shayna hit her in the back. Didn't phase Doudrop, but as we see, we get Doudrop and Shayna in the next match. But let's talk about the men's and how they didn't intertwine a storyline to it. It was prime and set up. Xavier Woods versus Kofi Kingston in the semifinals next week, which would have been a main event barn burner. Ratings would have been through the effing roof. Monday Night Football, what? We're seeing a New Day go head to head, as all of us fans have been clamoring for, but not clamoring for, because we love the fact that you don't have to have a tag team breakup, and especially a Black Faction breakup and all that. We love that. We love the power of positivity. We love it, but we also love competition, and we thought it'd be great. And what better way to show competition and trying to fight for something you really care for if you have to fight through your brother in arms, your brother that you struggle with for the last 6 to 7 years, your brother that you cut your teeth with on the road, and you stayed up late nights on travels and planes and cars, lost bags, fought through injuries, been there when kids were born and another kid was born, and you reached heights you never was going to reach when Friends was getting released. This would have been the amazing story to tell if you would have got Xavier Woods versus Kofi Kingston for the semifinals of the King of the Ring. The one thing that Xavier Woods have been saying he wanted since the day he hit the mat, but we didn't. You dropped the ball, which is really odd to me because the past couple of weeks on Raw have been fantastic. What happened this week? What was with that decision? Now, I'm sure our SRS is going to tell us. I'm sure that Dave Meltzer is going to tell us. I'm sure we're going to get some sort of write-up. Maybe Raj is going to tell us. But I really, really want to know from the powers that be themselves, why not intertwine a storyline into this King of the Ring tournament? Because on the men's side, we really don't have any storylines into this. And if you think about all the prior King of the Rings, all the great ones, there were storylines all weaved into it. Now, look, that's really much my just recap of Raw. It does have me excited for Crown Jewel, but this did feel like, hey, let's just get there. We do have one more Raw before Crown Jewel. That is next Monday. But remember, Next Thursday is Crown Jewel. Now, I gotta go, guys, because SmackDown is actually in Ontario this week. Yes, yes. And it takes about 4 days to get there. So I'm gonna hit the road now. May do a live reaction from SmackDown in Ontario. I don't know, but make sure you like, subscribe, and cut the bell notifications. Had to remind you one more time. Also, follow us on Instagram at THS.wrestling for all your wrestling news. And as always, make sure you tune into that hashtag show for everything trending. Say it with me in geek pop culture. Shout out, Jeff Hardy.